Good morning. I'm Andrea. I'm at the Grace Waker Homestead. I just wanted to share with y'all today what I do for my grocery planning and my budgeting to see if it'll help anyone. This is my planner that I came up with. I know I'm not alone whenever it's time for dinner. Everybody's like, what's for dinner? I'm always like, why am I the only one that has to come up with dinner ideas and stuff? That would happen all the time. That would go to the store so often. Just one meal in the long run, that does end up costing more money. Everybody's feeling grocery prices right now. Don't know when that's gonna let up. So I needed to do something to help us to save money, to cut that stress out of what's for dinner and have 5 people all together in the house. It's a constant battle with what's for dinner because we try to appease everyone. I have 2 kids that have special needs and are very, very picky. I have typical kids that are also very picky. It's a lot better because they can go look at our menu for the week. I can have my binder, or if you want to put the little menu that I'm going to show you on your icebox or your fridge. Icebox from Louisiana. Disclaimer, from Louisiana. In Louisiana, not just from Louisiana. We're in Zone 9A, Louisiana, just for reference. We had no plan. We were buying food without using what we already had because I always tend to forget what's already in my pantry. So not only are we wasting, we're spending money we don't need to spend, where we could be saving that money and using it somewhere else. We didn't have a clear budget, so we would always end up overspending. I did start planning weekly. I started doing this a couple of months ago. The biggest thing, check your pantry and your freezer first. Shop your pantry and your freezer first, because that'll save you a whole lot of money. Because like I said, I forget a lot. The other thing is, on a homestead, of course, you want to try to grow most of your food. Realistically, you can get to a point eventually where you can grow most of your food, unless you have lived Little House on the Prairie. Even they didn't grow all their own food. But you do want to use what you do grow. We got weekly meal plans. I did a budget and a grocery list, pantry and freezer tracker, garden to table tracker, and leftover tracker. It's going to save you money, time, stress, hopefully less wasteful, easier dinners. Even though I am a stay-at-home mom, I have 2 kids that are special needs. I have one that has autism and one that has Downs. I'm sure some of y'all can relate. It's not easy to chase after the small ones all the time. It's just because it's constant. But we also enjoy homesteading and gardening. I wanted to track that too, to incorporate everything. For me personally, I have ADHD, but it just could be because I'm just done for the day that I forget a lot of stuff. Sorry, not gonna go there. To me, it just takes just one less thing off of your plate. You can totally just plan all your weeks out. You can plan 1 week at a time, or you can plan your whole month out. I prefer to plan my whole month out so that I can mentally prepare myself for the next week. I'm going to show it to you now. I'm going to show you where to get it. Let me know what you think. This is the meal planner. So when you get it, you got a cute little cover page. I left this blank. You can put your name, your homestead name, whatever you want in the little blank. 30-day weekly meal and grocery planner and garden tracker. You can put it in a binder, put it in a folder. You can print out just what you need off of it. It's a PDF file. I just put a little guide sheet on how to use it. The first page you're going to turn to after that is your budget sheet. This is your monthly overview. I have here my total budget, which is $400. I didn't finish filling it out. I just kind of wanted to give y'all an example. It's going to be a little bit less because I have 5 spots here. So it has room for 5 weeks of planning. The next sheet you're going to see is the pantry and freezer inventory sheet. I created it to where you can list everything, add a check if more is needed soon, so you can know if you need more, in the coming weeks. The next one is the meal planner. I like nice big boxes so I can see. I usually just plan for supper and we just wing it for lunch. I do keep extra little quick things for the kids to find and hurry up and make, or we have leftovers. Pick one night of your choosing for leftover night. We call it seek and find night. It's seek for some food and eat what you find. That's what I call it. The first thing I do is, like I said, I go through my pantry because I don't like to sit down and plan meals either. My kids are picky. Some don't eat seafood. Some don't eat meat on the bone. Anyway, what I did, I put my budget, I put what I already had in my pantry, I plugged that into AI. I asked it to create a 30-day meal plan for me. I also gave it all the criteria: 2 nights per month with fish, a night with a slow cooker meal, a pizza night, a taco night. Those were the criteria. It came up with this for me. Another thing that we also do to save money, we keep 5-gallon buckets of these things. We keep flour, sugar, rice. We have red beans and white beans. We keep those in bulk on hand. We also keep a bunch of seasonings on hand. We buy the big jugs of salt and black pepper and Cajun seasoning. We keep a lot of that stuff on hand. If we're in a pinch and we really need something to eat and have absolutely nothing left, you can always rice and beans. Always have at least something to eat. Another thing that I personally want to try to do is, and I want to try to challenge myself to, if we like to have bread with the meals, and instead of buying bread rolls, I want to try to make some, because we have the bulk flour. Even if you just cut out 1, 2, 3 meals a month, if you don't buy bread, or if you don't buy your loaves of bread for a month, it might just be $5 that you save. It's still $5 that you saved, because a cheap bread loaf around here is like $1.50. My kids like a lot of bread, especially my youngest one. He loves bread. It's healthier for you. It doesn't have all the preservatives in it. I'm going to challenge myself for at least 2 or 3 meals to try to make, if it needs bread rolls, cornbread, tortillas, stuff like that. I want to try to make that myself. You get the idea. Here's the meal plans. Like I said, nice big blocks. Have reminders. You can put, I need this coming up for next month or whatever. It just is a reminder to remind me that I don't want to buy the bread. I want to try to make it. Whenever I'm making my grocery list, I will go back and look at my pantry list of things that are running low. I'll go and check my week for the weekly meals, and see if there's anything in the pantry that I need for that first or for even the following week. Then I'll start writing it down. If there's anything that I need for the week, looking at my meals here that I don't have, then I'll write that down. I want to make sure I have my pantry stocked first before I start getting a whole bunch of other things. That's the meal planner. That's the grocery and budget list. Weekly budget, $100. Another tip that I like to do, I will go and compare prices. Everything's pretty much online now. So I'll go to online at Walmart, my local grocery store. If you have a local Aldi, I'll go, and I have a separate piece of paper because I don't want this messy. So I need to go do that. But I take a piece of notebook paper and I'll write down and I'll compare the prices at all 3 grocery stores. Honestly, if the cheapest prices end up more at one store, I'm just going to go to that store and spend the extra little, because usually it's change. Unless it's like a really, really good sale, it's usually pennies difference between the 3 grocery stores. If I find the cheapest prices at one grocery store, that's where I'm going. Most of the time it'll be, anyway, I like to put the amount, the product, I'll put the amount of it there, and I'll put somewhere projected amount that I'm going to spend, because it's not always going to be perfect, because your meat goes by weight. I'm just going to put, after all that, after I'm done, take your receipt, put your total spent at the end of the week. After you do your grocery shopping, you come back over here, budget, total spent, money left. It'll just show you, give you an idea of where you can save, where you can spend a little extra, things like that. So then flipping through, that's my next one. I didn't do the list for the other weeks yet. Our garden tracker. Sorry, this video is getting a little bit long. I said we want to try to incorporate what we have growing now. I don't have a whole lot growing now because it's still cold. I do have stuff seeded. I'm not going to count that just yet because it's going to be months before we get any harvest from that. So what we have growing now, I do have Chinese cabbage and green onions, which I already harvested my green onions. Some seasonings, I have some thyme and rosemary. I have a couple of other things. It's not nothing close to being ready. So I can harvest my cabbage again soon. Then I have later on in the month, I have egg roll in a bowl is what I call it. Pork and cabbage egg roll in a bowl. I can use my cabbage for that. It's something small. You know what? It is incorporating what you're growing from your garden. I have the leftover tracker. If you have stuff left over, let's say you have, for example, beans and rice one night. You have rice left over. Save your rice, and then for lunch the next day, you can do eggs and rice for lunch, or eggs and rice for supper if you don't feel like, even if you're looking at your menu and you don't feel like doing anything big. What I like to do sometimes, I'll do kind of like some fried rice with some eggs. I'll throw a cup or two of mixed vegetables, of frozen mixed vegetables in it, a little bit of soy sauce, call it a day. Because sometimes you just don't want to cook. So that's one example. Another example, let's say you have some beans left over from your beans and rice. You have a cabbage in your garden. Go and saute that cabbage and heat up your leftover beans. You have beans and cabbage for supper. Things like that. So I thought maybe this would be helpful when you have what leftover it is, the date, and how you want to use it. Finally, I just have a little note section of any random thoughts you might have about your month, things you want to improve, things you want to incorporate. I also have little blocks for meals we liked and meals we didn't like. I do hope that it's helpful. If y'all want me to go more in depth on how I plan the meals and stuff, I can. I'm going to link this below. You can get it from my Etsy shop. It's thegracefulacreshop.etsy.com. Hopefully, I'm going to have it up there soon. I'd love it if y'all tell me what y'all think. This is my first really talking long form video, so I'm sorry if it's so long. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye.